I'm doing my makeup like Adriana Lima. I'm talking smoky, I'm talking sexy, I'm talking supermodel. To prep my skin, I'm using Tatcha, the dewy cream. Adriana is always bronzy and sun-kissed, so I'm gonna use the Say Super Glow Gel to make that. I'm also applying blurring primer. This is the Tarte Timeless Smoothing Primer in my pores. Her look is overall very sculpted, so that's what I'm going for. I'm also gonna underpaint with this Dior sculpting stick. This is in the lightest shade, but it's very cool tone. So I want to create cheekbones high and chiseled just like hers. I'm applying it right on my cheekbone, on the sides of the nose, and also on the forehead. For foundation, I'm using Patrick Ta with a sponge. This foundation is so beautiful and natural. Hourglass concealer in shade Silk, and I'm doing this little triangle under my eyes to lift and sculpt the face, also under my eyes, the bridge of the nose, and the center of the brows. I'm also gonna apply it right under my lip and extend upwards. I need to create a fuller lip to match Adriana. I don't have such full lips, so I'm using Victoria Beckham Sculpt Stick. This is in the shade Marble, only at the top and the bottom of my lips, and I'm gonna blend it with a tiny fluffy brush. This will help me to overline the lips later on with the lip liner. For blush, I'm gonna use this one from Refi. This is in the shade Guava, but I heard that Victoria's Secret models were wearing a red blush, so that's what I'm trying to do. She doesn't wear a lot of blush, so I'm applying only a tiny little bit on the cheeks. I let the concealer sit for a little bit to give me extra coverage, and now I'm blending it with this eyeshadow brush. You see the sculpting happening. I'm applying a little more bronzer. This is by Liz in the shade Harmony. I want to create a super bright under eye, so I'm using this Dermablend powder. This is the original shade. With my powder puff, I'm pressing the powder under my eye and also right under the cheek. And I set the rest of my face with whatever I had left on the puff. I'm gonna bake very lightly under my eyes for some extra brightness while I'm doing my eyes. I like to apply it right here. I'm also gonna sculpt my face with some extra bronzer. This one is from Patrick Ta, and I'm just gonna place it exactly where I placed the cream one. If you're doing your makeup for a very special event, for a photo shoot, for a red carpet, you need to layer cream bronzers with powder bronzers to make it look prominent and swathed. And a little bit of this baby pink blush from Patrick Ta right on top of my cheekbones. Hourglass incandescent highlighter right on top of my cheeks. This will give me this ethereal Victoria's Secret model, supermodel glow. My eyes, I'm gonna use this palette from Kim K. This is all matte shades. I'm gonna place this one in my crease and pretty much all over my lids. You can use a neutral brown shade or even your bronzer. I'm also extending the eyeshadow in upward motions, following the lower lash line. This will lift the eyes. With this Huda Beauty brush, I'm taking this dark brown shade and I'm gonna trace it across my lash line, all across from the inner corner, and I'm also extending it upwards. I'm applying the same shade in my lower lash line, and I'm gonna connect it to this part as well. I've watched a couple of her tutorials, and I see that she also applies a dark shade in her inner corner to give her even more smokier appearance. I'm gonna use the other side of the brush, which is angled, and I'm gonna apply a little bit of a darker shade of black to intensify the eye look. I'm applying it a little bit lower than the previous shade to give me even more definition. With my finger, I'm applying this beautiful shimmer. It's called Sheen from my Natasha Denona palette, and I'm placing it in the center of my eye. I'm also gonna apply the same glowy shade in my inner corner and right under my brow bone. Dust off the powder I used to bake with this Charlotte Tilbury brightening powder, and this will make the under eye even more brighter. Curling my eyelashes. This is Shiseido, by the way, and it's the best. For mascara, I'm using Iris and Romeo, one of my favorites. Instead of using a black pencil in my waterline, I'm taking this gray eyeliner from Victoria Beckham. This will create the same smoky effect, but it's gonna be a little bit softer. To create Adriana lip, I'm using Anastasia Beverly Hills lip liner in shade Deep Taupe. She doesn't usually wear that much lip liner, but I have to make my lips fuller to match hers. I'm outlining top and bottom of my lip. She is famous for wearing a gorgeous baby pink shade. I'm gonna use MAC in shade Myth to create that look. It's very light, so I'm gonna blend it with the lip liner. I'm using Sigma E30 brush to blend it with the lip liner. And a tiny little bit of baby pink gloss in the center. This is Charlotte Tilbury in Pillow Talk Fair. For some extra glow, I'm using Peach and Lily Glass Skin Mist on the sides of my face. Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter all over my face. And this is the finished look. I love how everything turned out. What do you guys think?